potato of a face in this film. I just gotta say, like, Tim McGraw has looked better, and
For sure.
man, oh man, he looked like the first pancake.
All right, welcome back to Talkin' Texas Forever, a Friday Night Lights podcast. I'm Michelle.
And I'm Liz.
And we're joined by, we have such a special guest, the better half of Movie Friends podcast, my co-host, Seth Vargas. Hi, Seth.
Hello, how are ya?
Woohoo, Seth, hello.
Yay! Seth, this is our third time recording together this week.
That's true. That's true.
It's crazy.
This is also.
Did you guys record? Did you record with a patron or something?
No?
You just recorded 2 Movie Friend episodes?
Yeah, we had our bonus episode on Porco Rosa, which I can never remember the name.
Yep.
Red Pig.
Red Pig.
Yeah.
And then 2001: A Space Odyssey.
This is also the third time that the three of us have recorded together.
Yes.
Virtually, yeah.
And this is the first time you're on Talkin' Texas Forever, which I didn't know how we were going to get you on this podcast since you've never seen Friday Night Lights. But
And I'm such a big football fan.
Right? I know you love sports movies.
Mm-hmm.
So we were like, we got to have Seth on this. But yes, we are talking about Friday Night Lights, the movie, which premiered in 2004, co-written and directed by Peter Berg. He also created the TV series Friday Night Lights. This movie, Seth, I'm not sure if you were aware, you probably were, but it's based on a true story, and it's based on the book Friday Night Lights, A Town, a Team, and a Dream, written by H.G. Bissinger.
Who is Peter Berg's cousin?
Yeah.
Oh,
That's pretty cool.
That is pretty cool.
That is pretty cool.
So like this was, they're both from New York, but they somehow have this like passion for football.
Yeah, in Texas.
In Texas.
Just like the three of us.
That's right.
Three
the
New
of us.
Yorkers that just can't get enough of them Friday night lights. I'm going to miss them lights.
So true.
Yeah.
It's so true.
Oh, yeah. But this story, it follows the events of the 1988 Permian High School Panthers football team in Odessa, Texas, as they make their run towards the state championship.
I found Permian to be the hardest word to say ever.
Crazy.
I agree. And
I know that's the real name, but I was like, I could not get it together. And then I'm like, what is Mojo? I was all over the place with this, spiraling.
Yeah.
My mind kept going to perineum, which I know it shouldn't. But I was like, what is the name of this town again?
I know we had like 4. I'm like Odessa.
Yes.
I'm like, what
Every
is the
town has 4 names. They're like, we're facing off against Casey Brewster Falcon Town. I was like, is that a district? Like, what are we talking about?
Yeah, that's so true.
That's true, because even in the show, it was like Arnett Meade and like it just like like a lot of names to the team.
Everything is bigger in Texas.
That is true.
Even the town names.
That is true.
That is true.
That must be it.
Before we get into what we think and feel and thoughts, I just want to go over the cast and who we were mainly focused on. So we have Billy Bob Thornton playing Coach Gary Gaines.
Coach.
We have Derek Luke, who plays Booby Miles. He was the running back.
Okay.
Seth is 7 years old.
I'm going to try.
He's also so fine, but anyway.
He's also 30. He was 30 years old playing this role.
I know, and he looked it.
Yeah. We had Jay Hernandez, who played Brian Chavez, who was the tight end defense. Then we had Lucas Black, who played Mike Winchell, who I love me some Lucas Black. Did you guys ever see Crazy in Alabama?
Sure. Of course.
No.
Oh my God. Krista and I were obsessed with that movie.
I mean, obviously Seth has seen it. I'm surprised you have seen it.
Yeah, well, came out years and years ago.
Are we commenting on the cast or are we letting you read? I don't want to interrupt you.
I just want to get through the roll call first.
Go for
and
it.
then we can comment.
Okay.
And then we have Garrett Hedlund, who played Don Billingsley, who was a fullback. And then Tim McGraw, who knew he could act, played Charles Billingsley. So that was the main cast. What did you guys think?
Well, also, Tim McGraw was in Country Strong.
Correct.
Which so was Garrett Hedlund.
I didn't know that. I don't even know that movie.
And I was like, is Tim McGraw only in country movies? Texas movies. And I was looking at him. I'm like, is that Tim McGraw? And I'm looking at Randy, and he's like, I don't know what Tim McGraw looks like. I'm like, it is Tim McGraw. And I looked it up, and I was so happy. Not that I ever listened to anything from Tim McGraw, but like, you know the face.
You know the face. Yeah.
What a potato of a face in this film. I just got to say, like, Tim McGraw has looked better. And man,
sure.
oh man, he looked like the first pancake. You guys know how like the first pancake is the one you throw away, right?
Of course. Of course. Well, you still eat it, but it's the ugliest.
Yeah, maybe.
Isn't that the one you like pass around? You're like, is this one ready
Is
yet?
this cooked?
Right,
Is it
right,
cooked?
right,
yeah.
Well, that's when you realize like, oh, it's too lumpy. He had some lumps he needed worked out in this movie. But, it reflected his ugly character. So
That's exactly what it was.
glad that he could go to that place.
Yeah. Well, what do we all think?
I'll start with some positives. Because
Okay, I have
really
positives too, Liz.
Yeah.
I have positives too, so please take the reins on the positives.
I felt the acting was very, very good.
Yep.
I felt the casting. Whoa, my mic just
falling
wanted
over,
to
y'all.
disappear from me. The mic was like, I've had enough.
Your mic was like, I can hear no
my
lies.
mic was like, yeah. It's not lies. I told you I had a few positive things that I felt the acting was really, really great on everyone's end. I really liked the relationship with the boys that felt genuine. They also looked 30, as I were just saying before. I mean, they all, besides Dawn, looked like they were in their 30s. And I was like, okay, all teen things have people who play that are older.
Yeah.
It's fine.
Yeah.
It was also shorter than I imagined, so plus there because, my attention span is not very good.
Really, I felt like it went on for 5,000 days.
Really? I felt like it was a lot. Well, I'll get into it, but I felt like it was a lot of nothing.
It was a lot of nothing that went on for too long. Sorry to cut you off. I just had to chime in.
No, so knowing that it was an hour and 54 minutes, I was like, okay, doable. And it didn't feel like that long, but it also felt like one long run-ended movie. Like one scene that just kept going.
Yeah.
Yeah, and a positive also, not from me per se, but when you do read the reviews, there's a ton of great reviews. People who played football in high school loved the sport. They felt it was very authentic. And it did feel authentic. Much like the show, you feel like you're watching a little bit of a documentary. It's got an 82% of Rotten Tomatoes. It's got an 82% and it's got an 85% audience rating on Rotten Tomatoes. So people love it. My husband did not, actually.
Really?
He loves football. He loves anything to do with football. Loves sports movies. Did not like it.
Mm-hmm.
He said it was a lot of nothing.
Yeah, that's how I felt. I feel I'm not the audience for this. It's also really hard because we just came off this series, which is perfection. Right. Perfection. And it's so much more than football. And you get story progression of the characters and how they evolve. This was just, it's just not for me. It's not for me. I don't like football, so I was very bored. I was waiting for more character development. We don't get that. I was waiting for Coach Gary Gaines to really start coaching. He doesn't until the end. We get a good speech with a little clear eyes, almost full hearts, kind of can't lose, but we lose anyway, that's what happened. But it did feel, you could feel the Peter Berg in it and the way it was shot. The soundtrack was good.
Did you feel it was 80s? I felt it could be.
It's pretty
'80s.
timeless to me. I feel this feels pretty timeless.
Seth says it's not 80s.
Seth, what are your thoughts?
Give us some positives if you have it.
Yeah.
Well, it is kind of weird to be on the other side of a sports movie. Sports movies are usually where I find myself in the minority most of the time with my opinion. First off, I just wanted to mention Lucas Black. I know him from the movie Flash, which is a movie where the kid takes the horse cross country. I don't know if you guys remember that.
I just know him from Fast and Furious.
They played that on Disney Channel a lot. Flash.
Oh.
Yeah.
I mean, I know his face.
Yeah.
He's a very recognizable face.
And then, of course, Jet Jackson, Lee Thompson Young.
The famous Jet
Yes.
Jackson.
I was
so cute.
like, gee willikers. This,
R.I.P.
well, for real.
Passed
Yeah.
away.
Yeah, that was pretty sad. Anyway, I really enjoyed this movie. I did not expect to. I was totally ready not to. I watched it because I was going to do this movie with you guys. I found it to be an incredibly kind of like damning view of high school football, because we see the extent to all these kids give their bodies and their minds and their lives to this machine of football in hopes that they're going to get a scholarship, and then they don't.
Yeah.
And
I didn't even lean on that because I guess because of the show, you already know that these kids have so much pressure. They work so hard.
Yeah.
So it's hard to recognize that. And not that I didn't, but I didn't focus on it.
No,
I did.
I agree with you too. Listen, I think also we just did 5 seasons of a town in West Texas that's obsessed with high school football. So
very much like the movie.
Right. So going into the movie, you already accepted, like, it's not weird to us that a town is so obsessed with a sport.
Sure. Yeah. And even like the sheriff threatening the coach in the Walmart parking lot, and the daughter pretty matter-of-factly just being like, oh, do we have to move again? Mm-hmm. I think that Peter Berg, clearly they love football, and the decision to go with like handheld cameras for most of the inside shots, it does help you feel like you're watching a documentary, which helps you feel like you're watching something that's real. But all down the line, every aspect of like this sport on small town life is not shown in a positive light. Even Tim McGraw, he won the state, right? And so he accomplished the thing that everyone is saying that these boys need to accomplish. Then he's peering at a naked high school girl that his son is trying to have sex with, and then he quickly like assaults his son. And so we're seeing, I don't know, it really surprised me. It really, really surprised me at how dark and negative it was. And I think that it does show, the boys in a good light. It shows their resiliency, but then that they don't win in the end. And then we get what they went on to do. And it kind of hit me like a ton of bricks. I was like, oh, they're all just normal people. Like they all went through this, right? Why? For, the hope of like Lucas Black's character, his mom is having mental and health issues. He is desperately trying to go to college so that he can better his life. And then he doesn't. Like everything just gets taken away from him. And, Booby, one of my favorite scenes in the entire film was when he breaks down in the car with his uncle. And he's like, I don't know how to do anything other than football because the schools give them all straight A's so that they can keep playing football. And it's like, these kids have everything taken away from them, and in the end, they get nothing. And even if they had won, they potentially they won't become good people. They won't go on to the NFL. So I won't say that I like loved this movie, but I was really, really impressed. And I don't know if the show is anything like that in its view of football. And I knew the, clear eyes and full hearts thing. And so the speech was like cool, but it just felt so empty because I was like, what does he do? He like,
yeah.
You said like you were waiting for Billy Bob to like start coaching. He is almost on autopilot throughout this movie. It doesn't feel, he knows that Booby is hurt. Like he knows it, and he lets them say that he's not, so that he'll go back on the field. He doesn't want to put him back in. He finally puts him back in because he thinks that there's no other chance of them winning. He is disillusioned with this idea of football. You know what I mean? Like by the time we get to him. Yeah. Anyway, so
and
absolutely.
I liked it. It's a dark movie, man. It is not a fun rah-rah movie that I was expecting.
It is dark, and the town puts these kids on pedestals, which is also a theme shown throughout the series. But once you finish high school, and if you don't continue on, it's like you're not a hero anymore. And so I think they did a good job with it. And again, this is based off a true story. So
Right.
And it was like almost to me at the end of the day, like, why this team?
Yeah.
Because any team can go to state and lose.
Right.
Yeah.
Why this one? And again, it's only an hour and 50 minutes. You can't really develop any character development. The only person that was developed a slight bit was Booby. And honestly, he was the only person's name I knew. And I was calling him Moody the whole time because I couldn't put the fucking captions on. I was so annoyed about it. I was like, at the end of the movie, I was like, I don't know anyone's names. It didn't register. I had no emotion. And like seeing Booby cry in the car. Sorry. The movie thing just got me all of a sudden.
What?
The Booby thing got her finally.
All of a sudden.
Well, that's like,
got
like
it.
I like literally it was all of a sudden exploded out of me like I was 5 years old. Anyway, I know this guy's his nickname obviously really was Booby, so like it wasn't a funny thing, it was a real thing.
Right.
But he was the only one that I had some sort of emotion towards. Like I felt really bad for him when he was crying in the car with his uncle. Like that was my favorite scene of the whole thing because it was the one thing that really moved me besides just seeing these boys be so defeated, like just have so much, stress and worry, and just this football thing is all they have.
mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And they're wearing their rings. Well, in the people who have one state wear their rings, and like they do not, like we know from the show, like they do not take the ring off. They're a car salesman, they're a bartender, they're whatever. They still wear their ring. Like they're not playing football anymore. No one really cares. But like that was everything.
Movie Friends is a film podcast for everyone, where two friends discuss some of the greatest
Seth.
films. Yes, Michelle?
Did you rehearse that?
Well, I'm reading it off a script for the commercial.
It's really not a commercial, it's a promo, but
Oh.
did you really think a script could describe our show?
Words are generally what are used to describe things.
No,
so yes.
no. Our show is fun. It's all about the dynamic between you and me and how you're a movie guy and how I'm definitely not a movie guy.
But you are like a movie guy.
No, and we talk about movies and we talk about life and cats and we're joking all the time. People listen for that stuff, not the movie stuff.
Right, but the movie stuff is like, that's the stuff.
Wow. Maybe you should have rehearsed this more.
Movie Friends. It's a podcast about film.
It's a podcast about friends. Listen and subscribe wherever you get your podcasts and follow on Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, and Patreon at Movie Friends Podcast. We want to be your movie friends. I do want to tie in the TV show here. There are comparisons. We've got a couple of questions and people are wondering, like, did you pick up on maybe who is based off of who, right?
No.
You could and Seth, this might seem a little confusing right now, but we do have to talk about it. Mike Winchell could be the Matt.
Yeah, but he's also Jason.
Matt could be, or Jason, right? But also Mike has to take care of his mom.
Mm-hmm.
Matt took care of
right.
grandma.
Right off the bat, I was like, okay, this is the Matt Saracen sort of character. But then he's a little bit deeper than that. He's more reserved. He's lonelier. But he also is the QB,
right?
So
and then Don would be the Riggins.
Yeah, I see that.
I do and I don't, a little bit. But also we did have some same actors that appeared in the movie and then made their way into the TV show. So Connie Britton, who played Gary's wife.
I think she had one word the entire movie.
I was waiting for her to speak. I was like, oh my God, Connie Britton, we love you, queen.
It was insane.
And it was insane. Nothing. I think
I
she's
love her.
Really
words.
Awful.
She's like, oh, let's move to Alaska. Right? She
Yeah.
had that one line.
She has such a great presence in her face. Like,
Yeah.
all in here, right? If you're listening, you can't see me, but I'm doing like a little box around my eyes right now. She's got just a stare, man, that's so good. And I kept waiting for her to act in this movie, and I was like, use her. And who knows? I mean, they could have hit, the 2-hour mark and had to cut a bunch of good stuff with her, but wasted in this movie. Wasted. I was upset.
I don't think so. She was it.
No.
But she did play Coach Taylor's wife on
Did you see in the
series.
trivia
Oh, she did?
that people were saying that Connie had not wanted to sign on?
Yes.
And Peter Berg was like, no, we promise we need a strong, independent woman character, and you're it. Mm-hmm. Because she was like, no. Why would I want to do that again?
Yeah. We also had Brad Leland. He played like the head booster in the movie. He also plays Buddy Garrity on the TV show, who's also head booster. So his role was pretty similar. And then I don't know if you caught it, but Crowley was the ref.
I know. I was waiting for Crowley to be one of the other coaches.
Yeah.
And then when he was a ref, I was like, there he is. Crowley.
There he is. Yeah. I think also, again, I'm trying to disassociate, but coming off the TV series and loving it so much and loving Coach and loving Tammy, and then you're waiting to watch and then waiting for that love of a coach and that love of a coach's wife in this movie wasn't there. But this is just a different movie. It's a
Do you know
sports
what?
movie.
I was having anxiety almost the whole time, waiting for someone to literally be paralyzed.
Me too.
Yeah,
Me too, Liz.
It never happened.
I was
Right,
having
right.
Remember the Titans vibes the whole time. Like,
Yes, and
Yes.
a perfect example. Like that is a classic, wonderfully thought out and executed football movie that has heart and tears and drama, but also the camaraderie. Just all the things. That movie like spoiled me for this movie.
I know.
yeah, but I
In a
think
way.
that movie is still trying to show football as a positive force in the life of a young person in a community.
Yeah.
And this one, the only part of this movie that I didn't like was at the very end when Lucas Black throws the football to like the next generation of kids, because I felt like that betrayed everything that we just saw. Unless it was.
Well, don't you think it shows a glimmer of hope, because the next season won state.
Yes. Okay. But the next season won state. But again, this movie is showing it doesn't matter. Winning
Right.
state doesn't. Football is these entire kids' lives. They're getting injured over it. They're losing, literally forfeiting the education that would take them out of the town in order to play football. Winning and losing doesn't matter in the end.
But
Right.
between the players and the team is the bond of what football brings, and it's the love of the sport, which kind of always gets a little in the gray area, because it's like, this is everything and you're a hero, but also within the team, and usually the coach is like, if you love the game, that's all that matters.
Yeah, the boys, they all have trauma bonds. That's just
They
like
do.
how
They do.
a team, when you're in high school and you're doing something competitive, that's how you live your life and you have those memories. But you're also like, well, that was a lot of shit I went through. And this town, much like Dylan, this town is obviously very poor.
Yeah.
And the only way these kids have out is potentially scholarships and getting into college. And the part where Coach goes into Mike's house and the speech he gives him, like, get out. I'm like, his mom is sick. Where is he gonna go? Like, that is like, I get what you're saying, like there is more to life than this, but it felt very selfish.
Yeah.
And I don't know, it rubbed me the wrong way.
Well, I think the coach,
and I don't know.
The coach's role in this movie is like the hopeless character, like the hopeless person who is he is subject to the system and he has to go through these motions. At the beginning of the movie, they ask him, your team is all small, where you have no big players on your team. Like, how do you expect? He's like, well, they're fast. He's stuck. Like, he is stuck in this position. He is stuck with this team. He's trying to make the best of it. And he is always showing a good face. When he knows that Booby is hurt, he goes out to the gym and he's like, great news. He's okay. But even better, you played good football, right? Everybody, you're happy, right? Because we played good football today. And he turns around and his face immediately drops. He knows that it ain't working out. Yeah. I feel bad for him, but I think that also, at the end, he's taking all their names off of the team roster And like he has, how many times has he done that? And how many of these kids has he pumped up and like pushed through this program? And then, you know, the next week he goes and he sees them and they're still in this town. He wants this kid who's a good kid, which the movie goes out of the way to show us that he's a good kid. He doesn't have a girlfriend. He doesn't drink. He doesn't do any of these things, right? Like, oh, he is the good, quote unquote, good guy. He has, you know, and so the coach wants to see him leave, even if it's painful. And he knows that his relationship to his mom is going to keep him there. And yeah.
Thank you for that, Seth.
Oh, I'm sorry. Sorry.
No, thank you for saying it that way. Because I think I was just already in like not a good headspace watching the movie, that everything everyone did, I felt there was an issue with it. You know what I mean? Like I was just like, oh, of course he's going to say this. I just like don't like this guy. But if taking all that out of it and looking at as a perspective of this is just a dark movie showing the life of a real high school football player where this is all they have. It's growing on me as we discuss it. It was just really hard.
Oh, cool. Oh, okay.
To watch.
It's hard. Yeah. It's not fun. It's not fun at all.
No. And it was sad, but like, I don't know, there's almost like not enough stake in it for me to feel sad.
Yeah.
That's how I felt too. Like I respect it. I just didn't feel anything. And then I'm like, I don't think I'm the audience for this. And I was reading some reviews and this one person wrote how if they watched the movie before they watched the series, they would have never watched the TV show.
I feel that way as well.
And I can imagine watching this and then be like, oh, here's a TV show created by Peter Berg and based off of Friday Night Lights. I would have been like, this is not for me. And
I feel the
would have
opposite.
missed out.
I feel the opposite. I've heard for years, oh, Friday Night Lights is a great show. And I'm like, I don't care about this football movie. Watching the movie was the first time that I was like, maybe I should watch this show.
Well, that's great.
That's great.
Because
Isn't that crazy?
It only develops more. You know, obviously you have so much time to do so much.
Right.
I think
the
that
characters are amazing.
Yeah.
The ensemble cast, I think, like Liz, what you were just saying about how you don't have enough time to really get invested in anybody. And I think that's why, I mean, all of us said the booby scene is probably the best scene in the movie. Yeah. It's just too many characters. Like Preacher, I don't know what his deal is. Chris, I don't really know what his deal is other than he's not rich enough to afford Nikes. And so he's drawing on his sneakers with a Sharpie.
They throw him in the game.
Yeah.
And they're developing him. And they're like, wait, okay, something's going to happen with him.
Yeah.
And nothing happens.
An ensemble is always like super hard to pull off well, where everyone gets the amount of time that they need. Even the coach didn't really get the amount of time. So I think this movie could have been 3 hours long, cut out a few characters on screen, and it would have been like closer to like an American, like mythic epic type of film. And I think it would be a different experience, but but I hate football and I hate sports and I hate sports movies. And I got to tell you, I was watching the end of this game kind of like checking my phone a lot or like looking through my fingers because my heart was like racing. I was so stressed out at the end of this game.
I was stressed too, but only because I thought someone was going to get paralyzed.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
And I was like, which one is it going to be? Yeah. Which one is it going to be? I didn't know. I was like, is it Mike? No. Is it Chris? No. And to have the device, which I'm sure is a true part of the story, is that Booby does get injured. Yeah. But then he does come back. I think in real life, he doesn't come back. And he dealt with a lot of racism. Like, I think we very lightly touched upon racism. We definitely could have dived deep in that.
Yeah, that was a choice
more.
On that. They wouldn't like, give the rights to tell. So some lines got blurred there.
Yeah, it was very intense towards the beginning when the coach is at dinner with all of the different community members.
The boosters.
And the woman just casually drops the N-word and just continues on. And again, you see it register with him and he can't do anything. And like, that's what I'm saying. Like he plays into that hopeless character of like, he knows you can't say that. It bothers him that she says that, but he can't do anything. His family is being threatened in the Walmart parking lot. And the best he can say is, well, thank you for your support. it's scary. Like it's very so. On that note, this film is actually being worked up for a remake. And the director who's going to be doing the remake has only done horror movies or very intense thrillers.
Wait, is this true, or you're
This
saying
is true.
what
This is
could
true.
be?
There's
Really?
a new Friday Night Lights film is coming out, and the person at the helm has done horror films and thrillers. And I looked that up before
is it?
starting. Is John Eric Dowdle? He did the film Devil. He did the film The Poughkeepsie Tapes, Quarantine, As Above, So
Oh,
Below.
okay.
He did the film No Escape. He did the Waco series. So like, not good. I mean, well, not good, but like, not like a
Different.
guy who's directing Disney movies. And so
Right.
I think that they're picking up on some of those under the surface, like seeds in this movie, and yeah, that's
Yeah.
Yeah.
Seth, you said you don't like any sports movies, but I don't think that's true.
It's not true. I love Rocky. I put off watching Rocky for a while. I watched all of them except for 5. I cry during the montages. You know when something makes you cry and it's not because it's sad, but it's almost like it's just like overwhelming, maybe not even like happy overwhelming. It's just like the feelings are so strong. That's like Rocky.
Yeah.
That,
Yeah.
you know. Yeah.
A League of Their Own, we covered
A League
that.
of Their Own. True. Very true. Yeah.
I mean, would you count Little Giants? Because that's a great one. I love Little Giants so much.
I love the big
I
green.
think it's a sports movie.
You know,
Bend It Like Beckham is one of my favorites.
I've never
I love
seen that.
movie. Let's cover
It's
that,
cute.
Seth.
Sports
It's a
Cover
cute
that.
movie.
sports movies are the one area where you can rattle off 20 titles and I've seen maybe one of them. Like it's just such a huge blind spot for me. Maybe it's a blind side for me.
I never saw that.
Ooh.
That was
Oh.
good, Seth.
So I have a question
Good
for you
transition.
guys.
Yeah.
Were you into football at all before starting the show?
No.
Not into it, but it's not something that I like very closely pay attention to
Okay.
almost ever anymore, at least.
So prior to starting the show, did you know like the rules or like the positions of like the players on the team?
Oh, it's a joke of that Michelle and I don't really know anything about football, and we just do a podcast about it.
Also, like, to be fair, I started watching Friday Night Lights because I went to ATX TV Festival and they had a reunion with the cast. And so that made Aunt and I watch it because then when we went back, they had a reunion on Lions Field. And I
Oh.
got to go in the field house and see Scott Porter like open his locker and touch the I mean, it's a whole thing. It's a whole thing.
Got it.
But like we covered it and I laugh because we have one of our lovely Betties, Will, who gave us like a football term every single
Every week we learned.
Sure, but I didn't. It did not stick. I know quarterback.
Right.
Right, like the positions
Well, I guess
and
so.
like
That's my question.
the basic of like, you know.
Right.
Like after watching the show, because I don't know anything about sports, and when I watch a sports film, I'm not like, oh, I know something now.
Yeah, you don't watch Friday Night Lights for the football.
Okay.
It is so much more like I don't know how to sell it, Liz. How would you sell it? It's like it's just beautiful, right? And the
The
characters.
It's really just a character-driven show,
yeah. Yeah.
and each season you develop, and some go and some stay, and you feel a lot of things. You feel happiness and sadness and all the things for them. It's, as we said before, it's basically like a family drama
Yeah.
Okay.
that has football in it.
Like if you love Connie Britton, watch it for Connie Britton and Kyle
I think,
Chandler. The two
honestly,
of them are
You would definitely like the show, Seth. I don't think anyone would not like the show. It's just there's no one that would not like this show.
yeah.
All right.
Yep.
Challenge accepted.
Randy said the one pass in the it was like one of the last scenes, one of the last plays, and Randy's like, that would literally never happen. And I wanted him to speak it into my phone so I could reference it, but it doesn't even matter because none of us know anything about football, so no one cares.
Got it.
But he was like, that would literally, like, they would not pass it to, like, the offense. I don't know what he said. And I was like, please repeat that because I don't know what you just said. And he said it was unrealistic.
I wonder if that did happen, though.
Right. That's what I'm saying. I'm like, well, this was a true story.
I mean, obviously some things were stretched for dramatic effect, but I'm curious if that
I don't think
happened.
the real opposing football team was made up of 40-year-old men who were all
oh my God. I was like, this is outrageous.
It's ridiculous.
They were 50 and 300 pounds of muscle. And I was like, this is not right. Something's not.
Everything's bigger in Texas.
I had copy and pasted a review that I felt like summed up my feelings of watching it.
Okay.
And I wouldn't say necessarily, I mean, I guess it's a negative review, but it just says this movie is one of the most pretentious movies I've ever seen. It explains nothing. The characters are bland, and it feels more like the story is an excuse to show football rather than football being an excuse to show the story. And I was like, interesting. By the way, there was not that many negative reviews, as I said, on Rotten Tomatoes. That was just positive after positive after positive. I'm like, wow, I really we're in the minority. And Seth's in the majority.
I talked to Bobby about it, my brother-in-law, because he loves Friday Night Lights, the series, and he's like, oh my God, the movie is so good. It's so good. He's like, but Michelle, you wouldn't like it. You're not a football person. He's like, this movie is for us. It's for us who love the game and love all the aspects around it and also the soundtrack. He had to throw it. I was like, the soundtrack felt very Friday Night Lights-esque.
It did. Yeah. It felt like I was watching the show.
Yeah.
Honestly, I know it was a football movie, but I didn't feel like there was that much actual football. I get like the dynamic of the team and the stress and family shit that has to happen. But I didn't feel like there was that much, besides obviously them going to state, there wasn't that much football.
Yeah.
No, I know. Like I wanted coaching moments. I wanted coaching moments. I know.
Also, he screamed at them. Like, his coaching way was the screaming.
Yes. Yes.
I'm like, interesting.
He's preparing them for people, slamming them down on the ground and Yeah.
Seth, do you have any final words before I go into our wrap up?
Final words. Well, Gain, I think we learned a lot here today about life and love and football. This film is pretty unique to the football genre from the films that I have seen. It is not for everyone, and I can see going into this expecting one thing, finding out what it is and being very disappointed.
Yeah.
But what I will give it is an excellent soundtrack, interesting cinematography, good performances from everybody. And again, I think kind of a realistic view of what we are putting children through, expecting them to behave as adults. And for that, I think that it's good. It's got too many characters. It goes on a little too long, even though I wish it had gone on longer. And but overall, again, I liked it. I would probably put this like 3.5 to 4 stars for me, which is much better than I thought I was going to feel about it. And also, congratulations to the two of you on finishing this show. And I'm so glad that you enjoyed it.
You.
Like, and that
loved it.
Your fans enjoy listening to you, and big congratulations.
Thank you. I'm going to miss it. I'm really going to miss. I mean, it's not going anywhere. We could always revisit it.
You're going to miss those lights.
I know. I'm like, I just want the story to like continue.
I know. We'll always have Tim Riggins in our dreams list.
Always. I can't wait to have another one about him.
Oh my God. I kissed him the other night.
You did.
Tim Riggins sounds like a restaurant.
Thank you, Tim Riggins.
Yeah.
Like Tim Horton.
Tim Hortons.
You want to go down to Timmy Riggins?
Oh,
Timo Riggo.
Timo Riggo.
But I appreciate you coming, Seth, and I appreciate your perspective.
Hey,
because
thanks for having me.
If it wasn't for you here, this could have been ugly.
Okay.
Right, Michelle?
Well, like I said, I wanted to definitely. I love how you started with the positives, and
Yeah.
But Seth just articulates thoughts so beautifully. So we are very thankful for Seth.
Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah.
It's always a joy to
Yeah.
come on. I can't wait to come back for, can I say?
We are liars?
I'm not going to say what episode, but I'm very excited. You like teenagers? You like drama? You like football? I've got the perfect show for you. It's called Pretty Little Liars. And Liz and Michelle also cover that. And that's the most important part. You like Liz and Michelle? Well, then you need to catch up on Pretty Little Liars.
Yeah.
Currently
you can hear
streaming
Seth.
on something.
All the things.
Max.
Currently
Yeah,
streaming on Max. You've got
Yeah.
a few weeks to catch up, and you'll love it.
You'll love it. I'm so excited for season 2. I also want to shout out, we did get a new Apple Podcast review. And we are so excited because we've been trying to get a review every single week for like the last section of our episodes. And you guys provided. So thank you so much. So Liz, will you read the line of the week?
I sure will. Okay, so it is from Relic Medica? Relic Medica? You know, the usernames are always foreign to me. Talking Texas forever, ... Whether you're a new viewer, just discovering FNL, or a longtime fan familiar with the show, this podcast has something for everyone. Liz and Michelle will win you over with their thoughtful and heartfelt discussion of each and every episode. Highly recommend.
Thank
5
you
stars.
so much.
Yay!
We love
Thank
you for
you.
that. Thank you guys for listening and downloading and subscribing. This is it for a while. Maybe one day we'll come back with something fun in the FNL world.
Yeah.
Seth, thank you so much for joining us. Do you want to plug anything, maybe?
I have nothing to plug. I don't do anything. I just watch movies.
Oh, okay.
Just kidding. Hey, I do a show with Michelle called Movie Friends, where we talk about different films each week based on a monthly theme. We are heading into spooky season for October. After that, we're going to be doing music movies, and after that, we're going to be doing Christmas movies. So it's a great time to hop on the train. It's called Movie Friends. You can find it anywhere you listen to podcasts.
What's on your spooky agenda?
So
Michelle doesn't like scary movies.
it's so silly, but I'm so proud of it. Because we kicked around a bunch of different ideas. Like we were like, maybe we should do like funny spooky movies. Maybe we should do like musical spooky movies. Maybe we should do classic, Universal monster movies. And Michelle found like one kind of umbrella to do all of them. And so we're doing what we're calling Franktober. And it is all variations on the Frankenstein theme.
Cool.
Yeah.
I'm so excited.
Yeah, I'm excited too. It's a really fun lineup of movies that kind of all fit into spooky season, but will not scare Michelle.
Good. Yeah.
Yeah.
She doesn't like it.
Yeah.
I told Seth I wouldn't do it. So,
For a year, I've been like, what are we going to do? And just kind of landed on that
I said
one.
to him, like, let's do all Frankenstein. And I was like, ha, 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 ha. And then he's like, wait a minute, I can make this work. 'Cause I'm a genius. Yeah.
Is it four Franken movies?
Kind of, yeah.
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 You'll have to tune in and find out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I will.
Well, thank you, Liz. Thank you, Seth.
We're just here.
Yeah.
All right. Bye, guys.
Bye. See, Seth, it's not always perfect.
I
with
wanted
that
to
ending.
tag something onto that, but I was like, we're just here is such a great ending tag. I think I just need to let it breathe.
Thank you so much for listening to Talking Texas Forever, a Friday Night Lights podcast. You can email us at talkingtexasforever@gmail.com. If you're interested in seeing what we do with this show and all of our others, head over to Instagram and search Total Betty Podcast Network.
This has been a Total Betty podcast, produced and edited by Michelle Rubenstein and Alyssa Tenio. Music by Anthony Vacora.